very carefully. Watch very carefully. Okay. So although we had done up to 9 or 10 yesterday, we are going to start from this one. And then maybe for those who did not see this, I'm going to give you the right answers, but I'm not going to give the explanation for this one. Further and this one. We don't require further here. It was discussed yesterday. So if you missed the class, yesterday's class, you can watch the video which is available on our YouTube channel. Okay, so here the baby, assessment of the baby. 1 second. On assessment, the baby appeared. Yeah, fine. So it will be the baby. So the word missing was the. Appeared, appears. It should be appeared will be the correct answer, because it is a past tense and we are already in the diving area. And you know what is diving area? This is the starting of the diving. Diving means past tense. Only past tense is allowed here. So if you mix past tense and present tense, your assessor will easily find your mistake and you will lose your score. Diving is past tense, appeared. Fourth one, colored urine and simply urine is enough. The reason is dark is already a color, so we don't require a repetition of colored. In the last 24 hours, in the 24 hours prior to admission is the correct one, because the explanation was given in the audio. So in the video, you can see the explanation for that. So up to 5 are done, and these are the today's tasks. However and although. Although is used as a starting connector, whereas however is used as a middle connector. For this reason, although is the correct one. Although Dylan was. Breastfeed, breastfed. Since we are still in the past tense or in the diving area, breastfed is the correct one, because fed is the past tense of feed. You can notice that some verbs that ends with double E will become single E in the past tense. For example, sleep becomes slept. SLEEP, one E is gone, and then it becomes slept, only one. Okay, so there are certain other words that are ending with double E, but their past tense and past participle form, they will become single E. Okay, I don't remember the further examples of that. Feed, fed, sleep, slept.
Meet, mate.
Yeah, correct. Meet becomes met. I think you can help me with finding more. Anybody else? Meet, met.
Eat it.
Not exactly, because eat doesn't have EAT. Okay, it doesn't have double E. I'm talking about verbs that end with the double E.
Keep,
Yeah,
kept.
correct. Keep becomes kept. You can notice this one. This is a rule in English. One E is lost. The same thing, feed and fed. Same thing, breastfeed and breastfed. Did you say anything else? Fine. Yeah, anyway, that is a rule here. Now we have to see. See, when you get the result, all of you listen, when you get the result, if your score is very bad, please don't feel negative today, okay? Because the more mistakes that you get, you have to be happy about that. Why? Because you are getting a chance to know your mistake. Without knowing your mistakes, how can you accept your mistake? Without accepting your mistake, how can you correct your mistake? So remember, so let there be so many mistakes today, but next time you can improve a lot. Coming to the next one. Breastfed for 3 weeks after birth. For 3 weeks after, for the 3 weeks. The is the best word that is missing here. The 3 weeks after birth. He had become, he became. We don't require any had in this case. Unnecessary had. Had is something that I don't want you to use many times. You can simply say he had fever. That is okay. But he had fever is not the exact medical language. He developed fever is the same thing. That is the best one. So had I can say had is something that you should not use in OET in most of the cases. Some people think, okay, had is fashionable, so I can write had, I'll get a better score. You will not get any better score for that. Okay, became unwell during the summer heat waves, during the summer, because before every season, summer, winter, usually we write, not every time, there is an exception for this one. So we need during the summer heat waves. 11th one, furthermore and besides and later on, later, okay, and consequently, there are 4 connectors here. We know that we are not allowed to use these 2 words, furthermore and moreover and besides. These are banned words. We cannot use. Later is okay, consequently is also okay. Now, we have to select between the 2. Consequently means as a consequence of something. As a consequence means as a result of something. So if you use consequently, so if you're using consequently, you should be very careful about one thing. This sentence should be a consequence of the previous sentence. So there was heat waves. That is the previous sentence. It is about the baby's unwellness. Baby became unwell due to summer heat waves. Now, if you say consequently, so Miss Sylvia fell or fallen, okay, sick with fever. So you are trying to say, by using consequently, you are trying to say Sylvia also became unwell because of the heat waves or because of the baby's illness. So can you say it was because of the baby's illness or the heat waves? Maybe there are chances. There are chances, but I can say later is the best word here. Later is the best word because as long as we don't know whether Sylvia's falling ill was because of the heat waves or the baby's falling ill, we cannot use this one. So I don't recommend this one, although this is not absolutely wrong. Okay, later a comma is required in all the cases. If you write furthermore, comma, besides, comma, later, comma, consequently, comma. Okay, all these words will require a comma there, but of course, furthermore and besides are not allowed. Okay, Miss Sylvia fell. Okay, you know that this is fallen. Fallen is a third form of the verb. And some of you are still unaware of something. If you want to use the third form, V1, V2, V3, what is, for example, fall, fell, fallen, fallen. Okay, come, came, come. Third form of come is eat, ate, eaten. Okay, go, went, gone.
Gone.
Yeah. Speak, spoke, spoken. Yeah. You take anything, okay, you take anything, admit, admitted, admitted.
Admitted.
Yeah. So in all these cases, when it is a third form, we should not forget one thing. Without H family, without the H words, you can never write the third form of the word. Without H, that means have or has or had, you can never write the third form of the verb. They always go together. Have been, has gone, have gone, has been eaten, have been eaten. So in all these cases, one of the H forms is required. So let's go back to 12th one. Miss Sylvia fell sick. We are going to take fell. The reason is there is no has or something here. And again, look at this one. We are still in the diving area. Can anybody find anything present tense we have used here?
No, sir.
Everywhere past tense, past tense, past tense. Okay, fever and could not able to, was unable to.
Was unable to.
Correct. We can never use able and could. That means we can never combine the 2 words. These are never to be taken together, like these 2. Can able to is a big blunder in English. If you say that, you are lost. Can able to or could able to, or could be able to. These are all incorrect. Could be able to. Okay, so please understand this. Can able to is 100% incorrect. Could be able to, could able to, all of them are 100% incorrect, and they will really bring disgrace for you. Disgrace, shame. Okay, so don't use that. Anybody having any question for me? Okay, good. So this session is being recorded, so it will be easy for you to, in case anybody wants to leave the class in between, you can leave the class. Okay, so the only thing is that you have to watch the video. Go to YouTube channel and you'll be able to find the video of today. Okay, after this class. Okay, now going to the next one. We are going to the next paragraph. In addition, subsequently, therefore. In addition, Sylvia was advised to use for formula milk with extra powder for, okay, there are mistakes here. We have to find out all of them. Now, if you want in addition is something like consequently. So if you are going to use the word in addition, you have to make sure that this sentence main content is a continuation of the content of this sentence. What is the content of this sentence? The last sentence is all about consequently, she fell ill with fever and okay. Oh, fine. Okay, so this is about two things. Number one, this sentence is about two things. I'll tell you what are they. Number one, mother fell ill. Mother fell ill. Second one, not able to breastfeed. These are the two content of the previous sentence. Now, if you want in addition, you have to make sure that she was advised to use formula milk. Okay, so in addition is completely impossible in this case. So you could have used in addition if this is also a continuation of either mother fell ill or not able to breastfeed. So two problems that, so this is also a problem, and this is also a problem. Since both of them are problems, this should be also problem if you are using in addition to start the sentence. I think my class is not becoming boring for you. Are you getting my point, all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Getting.
Some of you may not be getting it completely because sometimes
Yes, sir.
you're not getting.
Yes, sir, getting, sir.
No, sir, we are getting, sir.
All right. Now, will you please put your hands down and can I? Okay, fine. Okay, right. So in addition is a beautiful word, a beautiful connector, but you cannot simply use it. Many people are going to the examination examination hall with a bag full of connectors. So many connectors are there in the bag. Okay, just like people keep some kind of makeup materials. Okay, that women carry in their bag. Okay, so they're carrying all these makeup materials because in addition is a beautiful makeup material. Why? Because in addition is beautiful, and in addition can be used as a stylish word, and it is a connector. Subsequently, oh, beautiful word. So you cannot simply go and suppose you're having your lipstick in your bag and you want to do some kind of decoration on your hair. Are you going to apply the lipstick on the hair? No. So lipstick is meant for the lips, and hair color or whatever is meant for the hair. So you cannot use the in addition to anywhere you want to use. No way. So that's very important. So if it is in addition, then this sentence should be about one of the problems, but this is not one of the problems. It is about an advice. This sentence is about an advice. So now let's see subsequently. Subsequently means as a result of something. Therefore or subsequently, both of them are almost having the same meaning. Therefore is equal to so, but so is not allowed in OET. Subsequently, okay, so or therefore Sylvia was advised. Okay, now therefore is a good word, subsequently is a good word. So if you wrote any of them, you are getting a score. For both the words, you are getting a score. You have the permission to write any of these words subsequently or therefore. But please be careful about using in addition, because we are not going to use the word in addition, because this current sentence is not about a problem. It's about an advice. So subsequently, Sylvia was advised and advised. For many people, they're just wondering what is wrong here. Advised is same, advised is same. But there is, this one is having C and the previous one is having S. That's the problem with English. So if you want to use a verb form, what is the meaning of verb form? Verb means any word that can have a past tense. For example, eat. What's the past tense? Ate. Go. Went. Come. Came. But tell me, what is the past tense of burger? What is the past tense of burger? No, there is no. What is the past tense of hair?
No past tense.
Yeah, what's the past tense of nose?
No.
Yeah, okay, fine. But in English, you know, some people use nosed. Nosed means to try to understand something, what is happening in the neighbor's home. Nosing through. Nosing through means it is a phrase which means you are being very inquisitive. Inquisitive means you are searching for some kind of news in the neighborhood. Nosing. Okay. And you know that smoke, for example, smoke is something that comes from something which is burning. Okay. At the same time, smoke has a verb form, smoking. Okay. So if you can use hearing, if you can using hearing, or if you can using burgering, they are all verbs, but there is nothing like burgering. Okay. So if ing can be used with any word, that is a verb. Okay. Now, what was the point that we were talking about? Okay, I forgot what. Okay, yeah, fine.
Advice.
Yeah, it's about advised. Yes. So you cannot use advising. You cannot use advising. See, it's wrong. At the same time, you can use advising here. So this is how you understand. So advice S form is a verb form, whereas C form is a noun form. So we cannot have this one, advice. Okay, Sylvia was advised. So a CD will come here, CED will not come here. So those who wrote this one, so rather than being, so suppose Aditi, for example, no, Aditi, I'm sure Aditi did not make it mistake. Suppose, I don't know who, Benny, I don't know, even Janet, okay, maybe Janet thought it is advice CED. Okay, suppose Janet got CED and she lost one more score. So my advice to people like Janet or anybody else is whenever you find your score is going down and down and down, you are not supposed to be, dissatisfied with this one. It is not my mistake that you are losing your score. It is not even your mistake. Don't blame anybody at all. Okay, for anything in life, don't blame anybody. So just by blaming, you are not going to get any kind of positive vibes. Don't blame anybody at all. Okay, anyway, I did not take care of this one earlier. I was sleeping in the class when the teacher taught me this one. Okay, no problem. I was sleeping because I was in need of sleep. Okay, so now be happy about that. But now it is not too late for you. It is not too late. So advised and advised. So remember, advised, the first one is the correct one.
Sir,
Yeah.
the meaning of advised and advised, when a C and S, is the same or different?
Same. Okay, but you know, you cannot use the word advice. There is no word
No.
like advised.
Yes, because doctor advised mean ACD.
SCD, yeah.
Hmm.
Always. Okay, there is no word like advised. CED advised is not there, but SCD advised, SING advising, SCS advises, all of them are there. So S is the verb form. That's it. Okay, going to the next one. Maybe this information was a little new for some of you. It's okay, no problem. We are going to see so many new things in the coming days. Okay, good one. 15th one. Powder 4, weight gain of the baby is not a good structure of the sentence. Weight gain of the baby. That is not the correct form. We don't write that one. Dylan's weight gain is fine. Do you know one thing? Like a table's legs or legs of the table. Which is right, please? Okay, now let me take one of you here. I'm going to take one of you, like Atiti always comes on the top. There are two Atitis, okay. Okay, fine. So I'm taking Alok, okay. Alok's hands, Alok's arms, okay, arms, or arms of Alok. Which is better one? The first one. It is a,
Alone, sir.
yeah, Alok's
Alok.
arms is correct because it's a human being. And table's legs is wrong. It is not a human being. Legs of the table. So for all the non-living things, non-living things, we use legs of the table. So the part of the body should come first, whereas for human beings, the name of the person should come first. I think it is very clear to you. At the same time, if you have a puppy, it is not a human being, okay, then do you want to say the puppy's ears are bleeding? Yes, that depends on your attitude and your attachment to the puppy. Some people consider puppies as human beings. Okay, for them, puppies are more lovable and loved than human beings. And to a certain extent, it is real also. Okay, so it is your choice to call it puppies, ears, not ears of the puppy. Okay, it depends on your attitude and your attachment to the. Okay, fine. I think that's all clear to you. Some of the new information are coming here. So learn well. And by her mother-in-law, following which, the baby. Okay, so the word missing is the baby. When you do not use the name of a particular person, then we use the designation. For example, Dylan is a baby. So when you use Dylan, we never say the Dylan. Do we say the Dylan? No, the is not there. But when you don't use the name Dylan, then the baby. If your husband's name is Mr. George, so we never say my husband's name is the George. Do we say no? Okay. But then when you don't use the word George, so I'm talking about my husband, or the husband is not ready to, attend the calls. The nurse can say the husband is, not simply husband is. When the nurse doesn't say husband is, then it will be her own husband. So the husband is the right way. So the conclusion is, when you refer to somebody with a name, there is no the, we know that. And when you don't use the name, then we have to use the husband, the baby, the wife. That's also important. Okay. All these are rules. See, I think you have not gone through my book, the 100 errors book, which is available on our website. I don't know why you don't like to read that book. I don't know. All the 100 errors that you commit in OET, OET letter writing is there. It is completely free. You can go and read that book. It is available on our website. Okay. Go to the website englishmelon.com, and on the top you can see in the menu area shelves. I think it is shelves or shelf, something like a shelf. It can be either shelf, maybe bookshelf. Search for that, you'll find it. Once again. All right. Okay, fine. We're moving on to the next one. That is 17. No, 16. Fine. Which the baby. Again, once again, we have got the baby here. The baby has developed. Swati, please, there is some noise from your side, I think. Please mute your mic properly. Yes. Okay, we are moving to the next one. The baby has developed. Okay, now we are still in the diving area. You have noticed this one. Diving was advised to use formula milk with extra powder for mother-in-law, following which the baby has developed difficulty with bottle feeding. Subsequently, see, the problem is we have to think about one thing. We have been going through diving so far. Diving means past tense, diving. So it is a difficulty for some participants to decide where to stop this diving and where to start the rising. So are we going to enter the rising from here? If you're going to start this rising, the baby has developed means it should be, the baby should be having the problem still, even now. Okay, so if you are going to use this one developed, that means it is again in the closed action. This is open action. So are you going to take off? It's something like a taking off of the flight. So far we have been underwater. Now we are going to rise. But we have to make sure it is the right time to rise or not. Difficulty with the bottle feeding. I'll come back to the 17th one a little bit later. Okay, subsequently, Miss Sylvia, the mother, is worried about her baby's condition. Fine. So yes, you are right. Has developed, baby has difficulty with bottle feeding. I'm going to enter the rising here because it is about the present condition of the baby. The baby has difficulty with bottle feeding. Subsequently, Miss Sylvia or the mother. So Miss Sylvia is the right one. Sylvia is worried. Once again, it is present tense. That means we have already entered in the rising area. Is worried about her baby's condition. Okay. It would be, and I would be, everybody knows it would be is the right word. It would be appreciated. We need appreciated is very necessary. The reason is after the word be plus be, after be, if you are using a word like be, can be, could be, maybe, might be, shall be, should be, all these words should be going with the V3 form or the third form of the verb. Eat, ate, eaten, can be eaten. Vegetables can be eaten. Okay, that's it. So no doubt about that. Okay. Now, it would be appreciated if you could educate, educated. Definitely, educate is the right word, because if you don't know this one, you can understand the modal verbs. Which are the modal verbs? Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would. Okay, will, would, must. These are the modal verbs. There are a few more. I don't write all of them. So which are they? Modal verbs are modal verbs, spelling MODAL, modal. Okay, modal verbs are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, and would, and must. Okay, these are some of the most prominent modal verbs. So after modal verbs, make sure that after modal verbs, you can always write only the first form of the verb.
Past participle.
No, that is after be, can be. After can be, okay. That means modal plus be,
Oh, yes.
modal plus be plus we write V3 form, whereas modal plus V1 form. For example,
Yes, sir.
I can go, he can go, you could go, you may go, they may go, they might go. Okay, everywhere you can see that. They might go, I shall go, we shall go, you should go, he should go, whatever you write, every time, if you're using only the modal verb, after that, only the first form, you don't have to worry about any kind of exceptions. There are no exceptions for this one. Okay, I hope it is very clear to you. Okay, now we have to move on and complete this, all of them now. Educated. Could educate the mother or Miss Sylvia. All right, the mother is okay, Miss Sylvia is also fine. But I prefer Miss Sylvia because in OET, to express your concern for or empathy for the patient, for express your empathy and your respect for your patient, that's the reason we don't call any patient by the name patient. We don't use the word patient, do we? we don't even use them as cases. We don't consider them as cases. Similarly, we are not supposed to use like a Miss Sylvia. When you call somebody by name, that shows your attachment to the person, your concern for the person. But when you call a person mother, father, that means you are becoming very formal. Okay. So calling a patient by name is always that is showing your concern and empathy and your respect for the patient. So try to use the names, especially in writing and speaking. You have to use this one. Okay. Like for example, you are in a speaking role play card. Okay, a patient comes and the patient is talking about the patient's daughter. Okay, and the daughter's name is what the daughter's name is Mary. Okay, fine. Mary is the name of the patient. Sorry, patients. Sorry, a mother comes. Mother is not the patient. Mother is coming to the nurse to discuss her daughter's condition, and the daughter's name is Mary. So which is better for you as a nurse? Are you going to ask the name of the baby? Yes, you will. First of all, you will ask, may I know your baby's name? Yes, Mary. What's her age? This is the age. Okay. So after this one, in speaking, you can ask Vibina ma'am about this one. I'm not very sure about this, but if you apply our common sense, we can easily understand. Calling the baby by name is very convincing and very good for the mother who is sitting in front of you, because for the mother, the baby is everything. Okay, so that name really matters. But when you are every time you're using during the role play, you're using your daughter will have it to your daughter every time. Daughter means, so Mary will, that means when you start calling her Mary, you feel like you are making the mother feel like you are also a family member. Mary, okay, that's it. So understand that it's a very important point. You can ask Vibina ma'am whether this is right or wrong, because I'm not the speaking specialist here. She is there. Okay. Now we are moving to the next one. Breastfeeding methods and to increasing. Okay. Here, some of you may have written increasing. The reason is breastfeeding, ing form is here. When there is one ing form, then the other one also should be or can be ing form. But in this case, let me go to the starting of this one. Sorry, Miss Sylvia, regarding what? Regarding number one, proper breastfeeding methods. And second one, regarding what? Regarding increasing breast milk. Regarding and increasing, both of them are ending with the ing form. In that case, regarding number one, proper breastfeeding, and regarding to increase. See, do we ever say regarding to increase? Do we ever say regarding to increase?
No, we cannot say.
But there is a problem here. There is an and here. Regarding proper breastfeeding methods and to increase. Okay. So in that case, regarding proper breastfeeding. So, okay, fine. Coming to this one, regarding proper breastfeeding. Regarding what? Regarding proper breastfeeding. Okay. Then second one, regarding what? Regarding to increase. Since we don't say regarding to increase, this is incorrect here. Regarding to increase, we never say. But regarding increasing breast milk, even though these are ing form, this is increasing is a verb form, increase plus ing, but regarding is not a verb form. See, regard plus ing, that's not a, okay, regarding. So therefore, to increase is not the right word. Regarding increasing breast milk is this one. Probably some of you did not understand what I'm saying here. And this is not a very important thing in OET. Even if you wrote regarding to increase, it is all right. You may get your score, but here grammatically, increasing is the right word, breast milk. It is also important to educate the mother or Miss Sylvia. Once again, call the mother by name. That is better than simply calling. Okay, about taking proper care of the baby. Of course, you know, the baby is important here. During summers, by keeping the baby cool. Okay, please note that that, please note that. There are three not that. Which is the correct one?
Not that without comma.
This
The
is
last
complete.
one.
Yeah, this one is completely incorrect. The reason is, please note. If you are using a comma after not, then we don't require that. That is the reason why this is wrong. Now, looking at this one, please note that. You can see a comma after that. Unfortunately, this is also incorrect. Okay, so a comma is required only when you write, please note, comma. Okay, so here, the only thing correct one is, please note that is the only correct one. Without any comma before or after or in middle, no comma at all. If you are particularly a fan of not, then you can do one thing. Please note, comma. Yes, now it is fine. Please note, Miss Sylvia has. So never use a that after comma, or never use a comma after that. You can use a comma only after a not. So please note that is correct. Some of you are not really convinced, I'm sure about that. Miss Sylvia has to return for follow-up in 2 days. If you have any queries, please contact me. Yes. If there is anybody here who is putting a apostrophe here, please remember that apostrophe is a big mistake. Don't put any apostrophe in this area. Okay. Yours, sincerely or faithfully. Sincerely or faithfully. I think everybody knows. Yeah. On what ground do we select this one, faithfully, or this one? It is selected based on
Because they have mentioned the consultant and doctors like that.
Consultant you have mentioned.
yeah.
They did not mention the name.
Okay, so of course, in this case also the name is not available. So we'll have to write dear sir or madam. Okay, that is the right starting. So since dear sir and madam, it is a formal way of addressing somebody. So we can write only yours faithfully. But if you're writing the name of the person, dear Miss Sharon, in that case, yours sincerely will come here. Did you understand the difference here?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
in this case, we are never allowed to write dear consultant, dear sir or madam, and a comma is required. Dear sir, madam is a word. Since we have not used the name of this person, the name of the person is not here. Therefore, we have to use yours faithfully. Don't forget that. Yours faithfully is the only one. But at the same time, dear Miss Swati, dear Miss Swati, if you use the name, if you knew the name of the consultant is Swati, then definitely you have to end the letter with yours sincerely. Okay, so it is now, it is not so, it is dear sir or madam. Okay, so the word will be yours faithfully will be the word here. Don't forget that. Yours faithfully. Okay. Now, maternal and child health nurse, the 28th one is like this one. Only small problem, but some of you may not be thinking it is a very serious problem. The N should be capital. Yeah. And if anybody wrote A capital, that is wrong. A should not be capital. This one, like small words are not usually capitalized, but bigger words are capitalized. So these are the mistakes. And I would like to know how many of you got 25 today. Please raise your hands. Those who scored 25, altogether 25, please raise your hands. A 25 is required for you to confidently write the examination. Otherwise, you are not supposed to book your examination. Those who did not score 25 and above, I request all of you to continue your training for 1 more month. It is important. It is really, really important. You have to continue the training. Okay, that is the end of this class. If you have any clarification, if you need any clarification, please ask me.
Sir,
Yeah.
I want to ask you that in first paragraph, when we write advice, ADVIC, in which situation we have to write advice that ADVIC?
Okay. Okay, please look at the first column. Please look at the first column. Okay. She needs what?
Advice.
She needs what? Yeah, she needs advice. Noun form. Okay, noun form. She should be, okay, should be advised. Verb form. In the verb form, we write advised. Okay, I would like to advise you. Here also advise you, because it is a verb form. The only thing where you write advice is when a noun form is used. She needs what? She needs advice. Or she needs toys. She needs toys. She needs toys. What does she need? Toys. She needs toys. Okay. What she needs is toys. What she needs is advice. And when a question can be asked with what or who, that is known as a noun form. What or a who. Okay, so that is a noun form. She needs what? She needs advice. She needs what? She needs toys. So that's the reason we use, that's where we use advice. So advice is usually used very less, but OET will create some questions where advice, the less common things will be used. OET is always good at that. OET will not be ready to help you in such a very, in a very loving way. They will try to confuse you. Okay, I hope it is all clear to you. Then the class is getting over here. So please get ready for the next class at 10:30. And we'll be having a class at 12 p.m. today. We'll be having some discussion of the reading, which we did not do in the last 2 days. So we'll be having a class at 12 p.m. class also will be there today. So please don't miss the class at 12 p.m. Please. See you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay.